Bulai Tavwa, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Form, a student Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Osnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm a curator from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, festival committees under the spotlight. Lambasa cane farmers get grants. And FBC News Morning starts tomorrow.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
The local government ministry is concerned with the lack of transparency and accountability with some festival committees. Minister responsible, Premila Kumar, reveals that a number of these committees do not have proper documentation of funds and their reports contain multiple discrepancies. Koroi Tandalala reports.
The local government ministry has identified festival committees that are not operating as charitable trusts and are abusing funds without being held accountable.
We are concerned that some of these festivals or the committee behind that festival, they're not operating as a charitable trust, and the concern is when they collect the money as charity, are they accountable? I mean, how do they account for that money? How do they spend that money? Where is the oversight? Because people participate thinking they're donating funds for some charitable activity.
Minister Premila Kumar says some of the committees lack documents to justify their spending.
And I have looked at some of the accounts and reports, financial report they have submitted. It's a clear indication that the cost they've shown is much bigger than what they have collected. You know, so there is very little money towards charity, but there is a lot of cost involved, but there is no other document to really validate that. So it is a concern.
The ministry has now drafted a regulation that will hold festival committees accountable.
They cannot just make the money and use it the way they want to, without telling the community upfront why they are collecting this money and for what purpose, or even if they've collected it, if they can come out and tell the public how they've used the money. So there has to be some level of accountability.
The minister is warning all charitable trusts to be upfront with their dealings. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
3 cases of alleged rape involving students were reported to police this week. Police spokesperson Ananai Soro says 2 cases were reported at the Kandavu police station where the victim was a 7-year-old boy. The victim was allegedly raped by 2 students aged 14 and 16 years on 2 separate occasions in their village. The suspects are attending a school in Suva and will be taken in for questioning. The alleged incidents occurred in 2018. In the 3rd case, a senior prefect of a primary school in Naitasiri is alleged to have raped 2 8-year-old boys attending the same school on several occasions between the months of May and July this year. The offences allegedly took place inside the school washroom. The matter was reported at the Wunindawa police station. The investigation continues. Government has reaffirmed its commitment towards assisting ordinary Fijians following the signing of a sugarcane grant with the provision of harvesting machines for new farmers in Lambasa. Officiating at the signing, Permanent Secretary for the Prime Minister's Office, Yogesh Karan says this is to ensure there is a consistent supply of cane to the mills. Koroi Tandalala reports.
There's been a couple of issues regarding the tons of cane to tons of sugar percentage, and the Fiji Sugar Corporation is working to achieve the set target.
Enforced the law which was already in place to 16.5 tons, so that impacted the supply. Initially we had some resistance, but now the cane is very consistent and we expect it to continue. And I've had a discussion with the GM. FSC needs to lift its game and ensure that this is achieved in the shortest possible time.
11 new farmers and 8 cooperatives will benefit from the grant.
I very heartily and very honestly thank the government of today who had helped us so much in our sugar industry. And this one will just, raise our labor problem and will boost our sugar industry.
The government has really been helpful to us cane farmers. The provision of the mechanical harvester is really going to help reduce labor need.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary for the Prime Minister's Office, Yogesh Karan, also visited farms in Budaysau to meet farmers. Kuroy Tandulala, FBC News.
Fiji Broadcasting Corporation will be starting its FBC News mornings from 6:15 tomorrow. Chief Executive Riaz Said Qayyum says this will ensure Fijians start their day with the latest news from around the country by tuning into the FBC TV channel. Said Qayyum says the 15-minute news will be aired on weekdays. He says positive feedback has been received so far after the midday bulletin was introduced.
If they missed out on the previous night's news, if they want to know what's happened overnight in Fiji and around the world, they'll be able to catch up with a quick 15-minute news bulletin. So we want everyone to be healthy as well in Fiji, so you get out of bed, 6 o'clock, there's a 15-minute exercise program that is suitable for everyone, for young and old, and then from 6:15 we'll have the news.
Up ahead, FLP president passes away. An aspiring scientist gets accepted into Harvard. Details after the break.
Bola, gue minuni mereka-reka untuk terletak di warung Nembul FM, namun dua resep.
Nimbula, ayaw Meli, na watiti may mataniway, ando terletak di warung Nembul FM.
Untuk kami unabi series Nembul FM, namun dua resep isu. Ini sambol binakan lebih biti, gonga lemon tahun ni lebemba. Nganggo emosi balen roka-roka untuk talitaka na warung Nembul FM.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Fiji Labour Party President Lavinia Padarat has passed away at the age of 74. Confirmed to FBC News by FLP leader Mahendra Chaudhry. Chaudhry says Padarat passed away at the CWM hospital this morning after a short illness. He adds the passing away of Padarat is a loss for the party as she was committed to her role and was one who could take up any challenge. Late Padarat served as the Minister for Women, Culture and Social Welfare in the 1999 to 2000 Labour government. She was also appointed to the position of party leader in 2011. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Project managers at the Water Authority of Fiji have been told to recruit the right number of workers needed to complete particular projects around the country. Speaking at a capital expenditure implementation workshop in Suva this week, WEF General Manager Planning Nemani Wanganivalu says many workers have been engaged in the past, but there were delays in projects. Apenisa Wangairandovu reports.
Project planners at the Water Authority were reminded on the importance of efficient delivery when hiring contracted workers.
If you are delaying your project, look at the number of customers who are going to be affected, who should have received that service, that water, 6 months ago, 3 months ago. But because of our laxity in completing these projects within time, being efficient in the way we manage our projects, customers suffer.
Water Authority General Manager Customer Services Sekobo Luneo says employees need to change their attitude when it comes to providing service for the public.
The work attitude has to change. Be creative, be innovative. Think outside the box. Take time out to research and brainstorm. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand up here not to get furious at you, only get to remind you of our duties and responsibilities to this organization and also our priorities.
The authority's project delivery for the past years is around 70%, and plans are to provide 100% clean and safe drinking water to all urban areas by 2021. Apenisa Wangarandobu, FBC News.
Major upgrade work on the Kings Road is expected to start next year. The Fiji Roads Authority says this is the first time such work will be carried out on the Kings Road since it opened decades ago. Catherine Krishna reports.
Urgent refurbishment work is needed at some sections of the Kings Road. These areas have been identified by the Fiji Roads Authority following a recent study.
There are many sections from Bar right through almost to Corrieville. Through the hills north of Corrieville there are many damaged sections. Nangia, that kind of location. We're looking at doing full rehabilitation.
FRA Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says the study shows that these sections of the King's Roads are beyond repair and need to be replaced.
Section through Corrigal is around 30 kilometres. From Corrigal it's 30 kilometres. The section along the north coast from Bar through to Reki is around about 22, 23 kilometres. But in various states, it's not just one section, it's multiple sections that need repair.
While the authority is in talks with the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank for the funding of this project. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Tonight, we take a look into the journey of an aspiring Fijian scientist and medical student, Nilendra Nair, who is the first Fijian to be accepted into the world's most prestigious college, the Harvard University. Koroi Tandulala with the story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
27-year-old Nilendra Nair works as a clinical genetics scientist and researcher in New York's largest hospital, the Mount Sinai Health System.
I actually was born in Mombasa to Fijian parents, Fijian citizens. Then we moved to Suva early on, and I actually grew up in the Nasova police barracks just down the road here. And then thereafter, I sort of saw myself fixed in the science route. I did go to MGM High School. There was also Mrs. WIMBLEDON. She helped me apply for a scholarship that broadened the horizons of sort of, you know, any Fijian student you could think of from the realities that we come from.
With numerous achievements over the years, Nair also faced countless challenges while studying overseas.
I guess the biggest one has been being alone and navigating such an immense world out there that we don't really experience being Fijians or relying on, you know, Fijian time, because we do things at our own time and pace, but there everything was regimented. I had to figure out what exams I had to take, what applications I had to fill out, who to talk to. But I guess the biggest challenges were not only being away from family, but the education itself. It's a different standard, it's a different realm. And you know, it's either sink or swim. And you don't have too many resources that you can reach out to as an islander, as a Fijian national, because we don't have any sort of basis in that country. We are alone until we find each other, and when we do, we just grog.
Determined to make his mark in the global science field, he has had the opportunity to meet with world leaders.
I was fortunate enough to then be given a scholarship to do 4 years of my bachelor's in the United States. I attended as the first Fijian again to Skidmore College in upstate New York. So in my second year as a bachelor's student, I was engaged with the National Science Foundation in America, working as a junior scientist with just a bachelor's degree. And the biggest outcome of that was getting a first author paper, which in the science world is reserved mostly for PhDs. So as this naive Fijian student coming in with barely a bachelor's yet and publishing on a worldwide forum where my authorship was actually accepted and, you know, proliferated worldwide, gave me another platform where I was recognized by the biggest hospital in New York City.
Such an achievement would make any parent proud, but for Father Nilendra Nair, it was a long time coming.
We're very fortunate, and Nilendra has been very dedicated, loyal towards his studies from the humble beginnings of Nasova Police Compound, and we're very happy today that he has made it into Harvard, being the world's #1 university.
Nilendra Nair is planning to work with the Health Ministry to find solutions to various health issues that plagues the Pacific. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Ahead in sports, huge task ahead of flying Fijians. An emotional win for New Sevens debutante, as this after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Flying Fijians still have a huge mountain to climb before the World Cup kicks off in September. This was the sentiment from Flying Fijians coach John McKee after his side broke their 62-year victory drought against the Maori All Blacks in Suva yesterday. Faria Begum reports.
Fiji's win over the Maori All Blacks is a striving start to the 2019 World Cup preparations.
We're starting to build really strong depth, which is going to be important in our Rugby World Cup campaign. And also, we're developing some real competition for positions, and we work forward as a team, but also players have got to work really, really hard because it's going to be a lot of competition for spots to make that final selection for Rugby World Cup.
Flying Fijians coach John McKee says under the captaincy of Domenico Wanganimburotu, there were good communication channels between the players, boosting their performance. Wanganimburotu says the boys are now looking forward to the rest of the Pacific Test series.
And they deserve to celebrate today. On that note as well, that we've got to keep in mind that this is only the first game after the 6 of our build up towards the World Cup, and the boys know that. And, yeah, the boys are happy.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama also took out time to congratulate the boys on a well-deserved win.
Whatever level of performance we put out today, we need to lift it next week. People that came to watch expected the squad we had against the Maori All Blacks.
The Flying Fijians will now travel to Rotorua in New Zealand to take on the Maori All Blacks in their last Pacific Series Test match next Saturday. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
2 new members of the victorious men's sevens team at the Pacific Games are thankful for the opportunity given to them. Fabiano Rongo-Vakalali and Suliano Volivoli were jubilant after the final whistle in Apia, Samoa last night. Aquila Dama with the details.
A relieved Fiji men's sevens side after their 7-5 win over Samoa last night, but it was a memorable moment for debutant Wardens player Fabiano Rongo-Vakalali.
I'm very proud, and I'm very excited to come in here playing a game representing Fiji in the first time. But I'm thank the Lord for giving me the opportunity.
The first timer in the white jersey, police forward Suliano Volivoli was emotional after the final and hopes to make the World Series team for the next season.
I want to thank the Lord Almighty to give me the strength to make it best to win the gold medal in Samoa. It's the first time for me to wear the white jersey. I want to give my best to make my family proud, so that I can be in a world next series for the 2019 and 2020.
While both players are relishing their achievements, the tank Asaeli Tuivuaka is setting his sights on the Olympic Games next year.
We were aiming for gold at the Pacific Games, and we have done that. But for me, I'd love to make the Olympic Games team. If the coach selects me again, I will do my best to make the 2020 Olympic Games team.
Coach Gareth Baber says they will have a short break before starting their new World Series preparations. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
The future of Fiji swimming looks bright following their Pacific Games outing. Even new Pacific Games men's 200 meters breaststroke record holder Taichi Wakasama is setting his sights on the Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan next year, while Moana Wind is still coming to terms with her dream form at the Games. Aquila Dama once again.
Taichi Wakasama set a new time of 2 minutes 14.98 seconds in the men's 200 meters breaststroke, slashing the old record of 2 minutes 17.06 seconds. And yesterday he won his second gold after finishing first in the men's 100 meters breaststroke. But he plans to achieve something special at the Olympic Games.
I've been preparing from 2016 after the Rio Olympics has finished, because that time I was too young, and I started preparing for, like, it's been 3 years and 1 more year till Tokyo Olympics. And yeah, my aim is to get into semifinals, and if possible, in the finals, because in South Pacific only one man has made it, which is Ryan Pinney.
Moana Wind is another swimmer that stood out for Team Fiji, winning 2 gold and 2 silver medals. And she says having her parents in Samoa really helped her.
Well, my teammates, they were really supportive as well, and they were just encouraging me to do my best and go for it. So, go for gold. My parents, because I am hardly with them because they live in Sabsawa and I live in Suva. So just having them here just gave me that extra push to do my best and try and medal.
Swimming coach Sharon Smith says Vakasama and Wind have a long way to go in the sport.
Taichi is just amazing. He trains 110% every time he does a session. You know, Marlene, his coach right now, Blake at Mako's, she tells me stories about him where everything is 100%. With the way he prepares himself, the way he, holds himself up, and the way he trains, and when he races, it's all 100%. Moana, 17, she's done really well. Very proud of her, and just coming back and winning 2 in the breaststroke. Yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with the results.
Team Fiji Swimming won a total of 28 medals at the Pacific Games, including 6 gold, 9 silver, and 13 bronze. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
Team Fiji attended a church service today hosted by the Fijian community in Samoa at USP's Alafua campus. Even Fiji's High Commissioner to New Zealand, Filimoni Wangambada, was also part of the event. The Samoa Fijian community treated Team Fiji to lunch afterwards. Team Fiji Chef de Mission Patrick Bauer thanked the Fijian community for their efforts and support this week. President of the Fijian community in Samoa, Rakesh Singh, says they decided to host the team today due to their busy schedule last week.
We form our own community here, and we help each other, So, South Pacific Games is one of the occasions that comes in after 4 years, and it's a marvelous achievement for our community, So, to get the moral support, from all the members. So, we are pretty much entertained.
A New Zealand transgender weightlifter won 2 gold medals and a silver in the women's weightlifting competition at the Pacific Games in Samoa. 41-year-old Laurel Hubbard, formerly known as Gavin, finished in first place in both the women's 89 kg snatch and clean and jerk. Former champion 18-year-old Fia Ngainga Stowers finished in second place. The Fiji Pearls suffered 2 big losses in its Netball World Cup campaign, with the latest being a 90-35 thrashing from South Africa. Simona Halep won her first Wimbledon title after defeating Serena Williams by 2 sets. Halep says this was one of her best matches. Meanwhile, in the men's Wimbledon final, Roger Federer will attempt to win his 9th Wimbledon title tomorrow. Generally fine weather was experienced over Fiji today. Cloudy periods with brief showers was experienced over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands. It was fine weather elsewhere. We'll take a look at the west. Fine weather prevailed over most parts of the Western Division, with temperatures hitting the early 20s earlier today, but was the highest this afternoon with 31 degrees. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, rain at times with cool conditions. The north was fine, apart from afternoon or evening showers. For Yasawa and Mamanu, the waters southwest, Viti Levu waters, northern Vanua Levu, Kandavu and the Vatuira passages, you can expect southeast winds 20 to 25 knots. Rough seas and moderate southeast swells are expected as well. We take a look at the tides. Low tide will be at 10:26 p.m. with high tide at 4:18 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:38. As for tomorrow, cloudy conditions with a bit of rain is expected all over the Fiji group, but fine weather will prevail in parts of Viti Levu only. And the outlook for Tuesday, few showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands. Once again, it will be mainly fine elsewhere. Recapping the main stories, festival committees under the spotlight. Lambasa cane farmers get grants. And FBC News Morning starts tomorrow. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll questions segment, this week we're asking, should Moses Mbulitavu be disciplined by his party and parliament for his racist comments? Visit our FPC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fpcnews@fpc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FPC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FPC News or simply hashtag FPC News. And that was your FPC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
My name is Neha and I'm from Karavi and Mirchi FM it's hot. हम आंचल है नसोरी से मिर्ची FM बहुत जुलूम.
Hi, हम शारा प्रकाश बात करते हैं और तावा में मिर्ची FM सब कंसर्न and मिर्ची FM it's hot.
Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suba. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM it's hot.
Hi, I'm Shane. I love listening Mirchi FM because it's awesome and it's hot.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Shavi. We love listening to Mirchi FM in Lambasa.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.